What's good, guys? SimFBallCritic here, coming at you with another video. And I'm still doing some face cams here, man. You know, some people say they appreciate it. They like, seeing my actual reaction, emotion, and what have you. So, hey, I said, all right, I'll do some more of these face cams and, probably more to come in the future. But anyway, man, as you can see in the title, man, we're going to talk about, why I feel like NBA 2K has already won the battle against NBA Live, Live 15. So, of course, I'm comparing 2K15 to Live 15. Now, not in the way that you guys would think. I'm not comparing them in a way like saying that, one is going to be better than the other. No, that's not what we're talking about here. Because I've said a while back, I've been saying this, that Live is going to take some time to catch up to 2K. Obviously, 2K is the king right now in terms of basketball, overall. Of course, the game has flaws, and of course, there will be flaws in the new game. Every game has flaws, but we can all agree that 2K is probably the best game in terms of basketball that we've seen, the closest to simulation or what have you. They're only going to get better. NBA Live, on the other hand, is still trying to catch up. Live 14 didn't do what it was supposed to. So now everyone is anticipating Live 15. It looks more promising, as far as the trailer. But then when we saw some of the live gameplay footage, that was shot off camera, I know it was some footage that was leaked or what have you, it didn't look as good. But visually, the game looks stunning. We're seeing a lot of pictures come out today, in regards to shoes and things like that. And that's something that Live has always been known for, as far as, those type of things, the gear. That's never something that Live really ran short at, as far as, current games, or, well, I'll say previous games. I'm not going to say current games, because I don't really know if NBA Live 14 was as deep. I don't remember. But in the past, we know Live always came through with gear and things like that, so it's no surprise. But the game looks good visually as well. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not comparing the games themselves. What I'm talking about is, one word that comes to mind is transparency. Transparency, man. I have to use that word, after seeing what took place today. Shout outs to IpodKingCarter. He actually did a live vlog, as he was at 2K Team Up. You saw a lot of people there. Shout outs to my guys, K-Spade, QJB, Shakedown, all of these guys that I know personally. Some other guys that were there that I don't really know them personally. I know them from YouTube or what have you. But, you saw everybody there. Shout outs to my guy, OG. He was in the background, and Ronnie and LD and all of those guys. That was big to me because 2K, if I can remember correctly, they've never done anything like that. They've never been that open to the community. And I know it's close to launch. I'm going to definitely acknowledge that. But I've never seen them do something like that to where while they're right there live playing the game, they're allowing him to do basically a vlog. A pretty decent length as well. I think the video is about 7 minutes or something. It's actually down in the description if you want to check it out. I recommend you do. iPod is giving his opinions on the game, first impressions, things like that. And that's huge to me because they're even allowing him to say things that he dislikes. He has a video series coming out. I saw the part 1 that's up where he's talking about the pros. But in the title, he says pros and cons. So, he's going to be basically mentioning things that he doesn't like as well. Again, to me, that's huge. And that's, to me, is where they win the battle in terms of transparency and being open with the community. Because, Live has been kind of sheltered. I understand, I guess, why they're doing that. But at the same time, when you see another company, your direct competition is being more open, you got to come out and, swing for the fences. You got to do what they're doing to a degree just to, to keep the interest. Because the reason why it's key is because 2K already has the advantage, of course, because of the product. Most people feel that 2K is a wonderful, great basketball game. We're talking about casual fans. They love the game. So they're already on top in that regard. Number 2, 2K is coming out first. We all know now that Live has been delayed. To me, that's major. Because now you're going to have the king come out first. And then you expect people to turn around and buy Live 2 to 3 weeks later. That's going to be a tough hill to climb. And now you got them being more open. Now knowing that they have that advantage. You see what I'm saying? You know, they're spiking more interest in people because they're being more open. They're allowing these guys who went to the 2K team up to give their opinion about the game. Again, like I said, even discuss negatives before the game drops. So when you do that, you're already telling people what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? You're giving them the knowledge to know what's going on with the game before the game drops. That is major. Because as a consumer, you can decide for yourself right now, am I going to buy or am I not? Or even if, you were considering buying, or maybe there's some things that you don't like about the game, the fact that you know about it already, you might be more inclined to accept it and just be like, okay, I don't really like that. But since they came out and said it early, whatever, I could deal with that and I'll still buy the game. You see what I'm saying? That community interaction. And I think, man, from what I'm seeing, it looks like 2K is starting to focus more on the community. I'm predicting that they're going to start doing some big things with community members going forward. As you can see, they invited different guys. You have your core group, but they invited some different guys to 2K team up. They pulled in community guys that are now on their staff. You see what I mean? Like, things seems to be changing. They're starting to change a little bit as far as their approach and being more open to the community. That's major. The only thing I could definitely say to EA Sports, you need to take a play, out of that playbook, especially with NBA Live, since there's direct competition, and more so with Madden. Because let's keep it real, Madden doesn't have any competition as far as in their same genre. So for that, you should be real open. You have nothing to lose. Either people are going to buy the game or they're not. So you have nothing to lose, even coming out way early in advance and saying this is what we're doing this year. These are some of the features that we're working on. Or like, when some of us guys are able to, to get privileged enough to, go to EA or what have you, that would be big if we were able to do things like that where we could come back and say, and I'm not saying that we can't, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if we were able to do like a live look-in right then when we're at EA, that would be major, because a lot of times, in the community, people just want to know what's going on. And like I said, things are going to be wrong in the game. That's an automatic given. But when people know up front and they feel like that you're being upfront with them, it makes it that much more acceptable. So I'm just saying, this is the reason why I think 2K has already won the battle without the game even coming out. Because of the way that they're interacting with the community as we saw today. So just my quick piece on that. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Like always, I'm going to ask you to leave your comments, leave your thoughts, and of course, let me know what you think. Don't forget, guys, every Thursday night, Sim Standard Radio. Make sure you tune in. And don't forget to check me out on Twitter at SimFBallCritic.